And every summer I'm like, yeah, I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it. Do I get it? I don't get it. Hey everyone, welcome to the Big Dane podcast. I'm your host, Dana Trimborn, and this podcast is a random hodgepodge of topics that gets released on every Tuesday on, your preferred platform, of course. And I really enjoy sharing my personal stories and making those connections with you guys and just really being relatable, all in a fun and silly environment. Hey friends, ever think of things that you've never done? And I'm not just talking about, back in the day where we'd play the drinking game and you have to come up with things that you can never think of. No, but really, have you actually thought of this? Stick around, you'll get to know me a bit better of things that I just haven't done and find out where I haven't gone, and I bet a lot of you people probably have gone. Okay. So, we'll start off here first that I've never gone to a movie alone, by myself. Just me. Have I thought about this? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If Matt isn't around or he went to California, yeah, because he does that sometimes, for music stuff. But I thought, oh, should I go see a movie by myself? You kind of get a little excited, like, wow, look at me, I'm going into the movie theater alone. I'm not meeting anyone here. I'm not sneaking into a movie because I'm not 16 years old. But, I actually had thought about going. I really thought about going. But then I thought, there's so many things to watch at home that I can't really get myself together to go to the theater when I know I can just, be in company clothes, don't have to do anything, I don't have to go anywhere, I just go downstairs to the TV. So many options. So yeah, I haven't ever seen a movie by myself. Kind of. I actually just thought of an extra one here, guys. I've never gone to a bar alone, even when I was single. It's something I thought about. And I remember asking my brother, I was like, hey, Scott, do you think should I just go over there to the bar, alone? I think this was when we were still living in Havertown. And he probably wasn't around or something, but the bars, a couple of the places were just down the street. So I thought, oh, I could just pop on over. And he's like, yeah, but then you gotta make conversation with the bartender, or at least that's what he likes to do. And if I'm doing something by myself, it's usually to recharge and not talk at all. So probably wouldn't really work out for me in that case, if I'm trying to just be in my own element. And excuse me for the background noise, guys. I was trying to plan around Santa, and here he is now. Going around on the fire engine. I lost track of him right up until I was recording. So what are you gonna do? I took a chance. I took a chance on Santa. Here he is. Here he is. You can see the little blinky blink if you're watching the video. So that's that. Have you guys ever done any of that? by yourself. Maybe more of the men for like a bar, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think I know a lot of women that have gone to the bar by themselves. Maybe I need to meet other women. I don't know. Now granted, guys, this is like a random collection of things that I haven't done, so this is not in any particular order. So, during the summertime, Matt and his family, we do the shore, and then we went to his uncle's wedding down in North Carolina, and I was trying to think, just, in preparation, I'm gonna be in a bikini, in a bathing suit, basically. So, a lot of the women, know what I'm talking about, you gotta, get ready down there. So, I've never gotten a bikini wax. I'm actually a little frightened because of the hot wax. But that's just not good for your skin. I mean, I had looked this up. Guys, why do you want to be messing around down there? And I'm not saying like the full regime, but your bikini line. I've never gotten a bikini line wax. But what I have done is what's it called? The sugaring. I have done that because that's supposed to be better because you're not putting on this hot wax that's gonna like burn your skin off and really like rip out the hairs. Like, you don't want that. So the sugaring is like a little bit different. I tried to do it myself. It's actually very hard. Very hard. And make sure you have your hair like fully tied back because you don't want to sugar off your eyebrows. Can you imagine if you did that? My God, it's my worst nightmare. I got some good eyebrows, and for me to not, for anyone to not have an eyebrow, and what if it just like never like grew back the same way? What do you do? What do you do? Guess you'll use gel for the rest of your life. Or people have gotten them tattooed, or what's the latest and greatest that people are doing? Like it's like I'm doing this, but I don't know what it's called, but it's like kind of like fine like lines, like to make it look like you have more eyebrows or a little bit more depth to your eyebrow. So you could do that, but truly you have to be careful when you're doing this sugaring because it's a game changer because I had never gotten a bikini wax before and I did this. It lasted at least 2 weeks, if not a little bit longer. And if you do it right, like you won't have any almost like a what's it called, like a blood blister kind of, because you have to like, so you take, if this was my bikini line, you would put it on like that, but you want to press into your skin away from, so you put, wait, let me back up. So you put it on, but then when you flick it off, you want to press and flick horizontally and not vertically, because that's when you're going to have some breakage. It's not cool. You're gonna bruise yourself, because I did that, but because it's down there, it's hard to like be flexible and like bend over to try to get that angle, and that's why people go to the professional. But when I looked this up, there weren't any people around that offered the service, at least in my area. I would have had to gone down to Philly to get this done, and frankly I didn't have enough time to do that. So my one side was like kind of bruised, but the hair, that was gone. But my other side, wow, night and day, because I did it right. And yeah, so it's just like you gotta boom, 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 just get it out, So yeah, but yeah, I just bought it off Amazon. I had seen some reviews of this brand and it worked well, but just a fun fact for you there. Okay, so now next one that I just never did, sports wise, oh my god, lacrosse and volleyball. Never played on a sports team. Those were two sports that I just never did. Did I play it in gym class? Hell yeah. Did I like it? Hell yeah. But lacrosse, I feel like I would have liked volleyball more, at least like from what I remember and like how I experienced it. But lacrosse still seemed fun, but you know, you're gonna hurt your wrist and you're flagging back and forth and the ball just pops out and I don't know. But yeah, and it was interesting because a lot of my soccer friends, they played soccer with me, did travel, did everything, you know, high school soccer, even, maybe not, because then that's when they switched to lacrosse. So they were kind of playing lacrosse after they kind of stopped playing soccer, or kind of like was doing like a juggle of both, you know, and then ultimately they decided, okay, I'm gonna do lacrosse. So like one of my best friends, Mel, she got a full ride to SUNY Albany for lacrosse, so kudos to her. So very cool. I got to see her play, which was amazing. But yeah, just something I never did, and also I don't think there would have been enough time to do like a fourth sport, so there's also that. This one, I think I'm in the minority a lot of the times with some of these shows that people really get into, they get real jazzed about, and I'm like, what the hell is this, you know? And then I'll try to watch it. I do watch. I don't just judge and not watch. So I will attempt, and I'll sit down, I'll watch a show that other people are watching, like Game of Thrones, and I couldn't do it. I don't know. I tried multiple times. People are like, you just have to get past the 7th episode. The 7th episode? Are you serious? Why would I want to waste 7? That's nearly a full day, like almost a full work day. So yeah, I have watched probably about 5 or 6 episodes of the first season of Game of Thrones, and that's all I can handle. That was it. That was it for me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's just certain types of shows and like genres that I'm not enjoying as much. Yeah, so hope I didn't lose anyone. Okay. How about back when I was in my teenage years and, you know, you start drinking a little, right? Was I nervous about getting an underage multiple times? Absolutely. Did it happen? Nope, it didn't. Yeah, so I never got an underage. Oh my God, how cool is that? Well, just something I could say, really. But that time period, it's just like leading up until you're 21, it feels like any second it could happen. Like someone will knock on the door and be like, yo, you got an underage. Like, what? Are you serious? Yeah, because that's how crazy it felt. Like every single thing, or like where you were, it could happen. I know. And also, never gotten arrested. Yeah, maybe I should knock on wood. Ow. I don't know why I'm knocking on wood, but I think I should, just in the event that I get a little heated. Nah. But yeah, never happened for me as a kid or teenager either. And sure, that doesn't mean it couldn't happen ever, but the chances that it would happen are very slim too. Yep. How about, and I think this was something I would say a lot or think about rather as a kid to go surfing. I always wanted to do that and never happened, and I don't even know if I ever will. Because the ocean is kind of scary. And I'm saying that because I had an incident. All right, we're breaking because I want to tell you about my new coffee membership tiers that I'm offering to you amazing listeners. Yes, essentially a place for all exclusive content that will not be on my Instagram and Facebook. These tiers are going to offer you from sneak peeks of the next episode, uncut audio clips that won't be on the regular episodes, so we've got some juicy content there, and merch discounts. And that's just the beginning of this all, right? So check it out for yourself. You can go and find these 3 tiers when you click on my link tree in my Instagram bio at the Big Dane Podcast. Boom, click on that, and I'm making super easy for you because it's the first one on there, the coffee cup icon. See which one fits you the best. That kind of traumatized me, so I don't really want to be near the ocean. You won't really find me swimming in the ocean. Just kind of stand there, you know. I'll go up, you know, so far so I can, you know, cool off, right? But don't really ride the waves like I used to on my boogie board because I had an incident on my boogie board where I could not breathe. So it was a great time, as you can imagine. Yeah, nearly had to go to the lifeguard because I literally, you know, you're panicking and you're 9 years old and like, fuck. Yep, but who knows? Maybe I'll decide to try it. We'll see. I also don't like cold water, so I would have to definitely get a wetsuit. I mean, does that really keep your body that warm? I don't know. Maybe like a little bit warmer, but hey. What else, my friends, is on this list for yous? How about hard drugs? Do you think I've done this shit? No. That's something I don't mess around with. No, I just don't want to go down. Why would I want to put myself in that situation? Have I done weed? Duh. Because who hasn't? Actually, I do know one person that hasn't, and this is her go-to. Never have I ever. I'll have to tell her about it later. But yeah, no thank you. No, that I stay away. I don't mess around with that shit. This is an interesting one. How about peeing your pants as an adult? Probably some of you guys are thinking right now, oh man, I did this, I did that. Like maybe when you were drunk, or I don't know, maybe you just couldn't hold it and you don't like to go in public restrooms and you were trying to get home so you can be in your private bathroom. These things happen. I do remember back in college though, and some of the guys would, well, not only would they pee anywhere when they're drinking, including a sofa that was mine in my tennis bag, but besides the fact, I remember my ex would drink, you know, those nights where you're just drinking and drinking and drinking. Well, he would get so drunk that he would pee in the bed, and guess who was next to him? Yeah, so now all of a sudden I'm like, what is going on? And so I remember, I think this happened at least 2 times, and I thought, the second time I thought, not again. Like, are you serious right now? Like, is your bladder not signaling to your brain that it is full? It's past full. You gotta empty that. You don't empty it in the bed. Oh my gosh, because then I had to get out of the bed and then go sleep on the sofa. And then one of his roommates came out and he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, you want the bed again." Like, what? I know, who would have thought, when you drink, or I don't know, because at that point I didn't know anyone else that had done that, or I had never, experienced that either. So it was a shock to me. What else, my friends want us? How about going on a road trip alone? Matt actually has done this, and I'm like, what? One, that sounds very tiring. Two, I don't think I would enjoy it as much as having someone else next to me. And when I mean next to me, not just in the car, but just with me, this entire time, because I think you experience things differently when you're with someone else, a friend, a family member, whoever, right? As opposed to like just me trying to look at this amazing view off this cliff. And, because people see things differently than you do. So it's nice to have that extra perspective and kind of see, what's going on? What are you seeing? I think for me, not that I wouldn't feel safe, but I wouldn't feel safe. It's nice to just have someone else there, because then if you wanted to do stuff at night, like, I don't know, I want to be walking around. Like when I go on vacation, I like to walk around to places. Let me go to a city, right? Let me walk around a lot. I don't know. Then I just feel like stressed, a little overwhelmed, But what I did do alone was fly in a plane across to Spain, and that rhymed. When I did study abroad. So there's that. Now, winter is coming up. Have any of you gone tubing? Yeah, I haven't. No. I know, you think I would have done this when I was 12 years old with like the Girl Scouts. I didn't, because I quit Girl Scouts, only got as far as the brownies, and I thought, I don't want to do any more crafts. I'll go back to my sports. Yeah. And, I tried snowboarding. I did that, during middle school and a little bit of high school. I think the last time I actually snowboarded was probably my first year in college. So it's been a while for that. And frankly, I don't like it that much, because post-college, I tried skiing for the first time. And I'm so glad my friend encouraged me, because I thought, why not? And she said, you'll have a little bit more control with what you want to do instead of just being on one board. And so I tried the blades. Amazing. It's a game changer. I'm not very tall, so the blades for me, they're a shorter length than your typical skis, and you don't have the two, bars on either side, right? So strictly just the blades. And yeah, I did feel like I had a lot of more control. I'm like, this is actually fun. But besides those two things, I just never gone tubing. And I just actually was telling my sister-in-law recently, I was like, why don't we go tubing? Because now I just feel like I'm injury prone and accident prone. And so to go down a mountain skiing, I don't like to go fast to begin with, but if I feel like I can't control very well and the speed picks up, I don't know, I think Those kind of things, I think, the worst. And it's also the other people around you that probably don't know what they're doing either. So put those two together, not so good. And I already hurt my shoulder, so I don't want to hurt anything else. But I think tubing, I know it probably doesn't sound like you probably have a lot of control, but there has to be some kind of system where you feel comfortable. I don't know. As long as I can wear a helmet, sign me up. Gotta protect your noggin, my friends. You don't want to mess around. Don't want to mess around with that. And besides tubing, switching gears to some of the summertime stuff. Rita's water ice. I have never had the Misto shake. I just never tried it because every time I go, I either just want to get some water ice or I get a gelati. I never get it blended. And now they got so many other things I can't even keep up. And every summer I'm like, yeah, I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it. Do I get it? I don't get it. So maybe this summer is the summer to do this. Why not? Another thing here on my list of where I was telling you that I've never been to is Universal Studios. Never been there. I've seen it from the outside just from going to Disney World when I was 13, but never gone. Will I ever go? I don't know. But I think a lot of people have gone. I feel like I wanted to go more as a kid than I do now. I don't know what else they have there as an attraction, but yeah. And I also just want to go to somewhere different for, you know, a nice vacation than to do that. It's just me. It's just me. Yeah. How about, speaking of vacaciones, I have never gone on a cruise. And so I would have gone on a cruise if it wasn't 2020. Yeah, Matt and I were supposed to go on a cruise May of 2020. It obviously did not happen. So we just got our money back. And then I thought, I don't know if I would want to go on a cruise for a while now, just of how we see things been happening and then how you can get just held up on the cruise line. Like, you're going to get stuck. Yeah, right. I don't have time for that. I think I'd really freak out because people had to stay in their rooms like 24/7, like, and just be locked down. Would that happen eventually? I don't know, but there's the chance, and I don't think anyone is ready for that yet again. So maybe in like 5 years, 5 to 10 years, we'll revisit this. Yeah, crazy. What about and I think a lot of people have, but I've never truly blacked out, you know, back in college or even in my early 20s, people, friends or whoever, they would say, oh my gosh, I blacked out last night. How did I even get home? Okay. Could I have a brownout? Yeah, I did have a brownout because then little things trigger your memory of what you're doing then the next day, or all of a sudden it hits you like, oh my gosh, I just remembered this happened last night. Or you open your phone and then it starts coming back to you because you see all these random messages and you posted things that you're like, why would I post that, and message people. But this is what happens when you're out drinking and you're drinking and drinking and drinking. And then you drink after 1 a.m., which is never a good idea. And then it's 3 a.m. So I don't know. But it never happened to me because I think with me being more on the petite side, I would literally have alcohol poisoning and be dead. Because yeah, you get it? Okay, we got it. Oh my gosh, but it blows my mind, like how many people like, oh, I blacked out again. Oh, I blacked out. Oh, how many times are you blacking out? Like, dude, this is not cool. Like, get it together. Like, you're 30 years old. No, but I obviously, don't go as hard as I did back like 5 to 10 years ago, because you physically cannot mentally keep up with this and you don't feel good. So who wants that? The younger peeps, you will learn once you get into your late 20s, when you hit 30, you're gonna realize what goes on. Oh yeah. Be productive or not productive the next day. Up to you. Wow, we're getting close to time here, peeps. So I'm just gonna roll off a couple more for you. I didn't think I'd be talking this much about my 20 items. I only got through like 15, but maybe I could rattle off a few more for you. So got that. What else we have here? As a kid, did you have a guinea pig or a gerbil? I did not. We had fish. We had a frog from my elementary school who lasted like a gazillion years, an African dwarf frog. Yeah, so a little baby frog. Little baby, I know. And I think we had, maybe at one point, I don't know, maybe this was in the classroom. Maybe it was a snail. That seems boring. Or a crab. Yeah, but we got to bring home the frog. So 9 years old. Oh, it'll just last the summer. Nope. Here I am the summer of when I'm 16. Oh my gosh. This frog has some superpowers. Oh yeah. But yeah, I just never had that little ball of fur. Doesn't really seem interesting to me either. So I don't think I asked for it. But we end up getting a cat, Garfield, R.I.P., who we got from our neighbors, and she's a little kitten. So yeah, did you have a gerbil? Did it die instantly? A couple other things. Never done a hot air balloon. Something I used to want to do, and now I don't know if I would want to do that because of being slightly scared of heights. But it seems like very fun to do, but then I feel like there's no emergency plan. Like, what else are you packing in that little basket? There's not much room. Do I get a parachute? I don't know. Probably not. This is what I'm talking about. I've also never been to the Empire State Building. I know. We're so close to New York. I almost went actually in October, but we ended up going to the Edge, which was a very cool building, and you should definitely check it out. And it's more of an experience than just like a view, but definitely have not gone to the Empire State Building. But I've seen it, just not gone inside or gone to the top, obviously. And the last thing on here, guys, I have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. I should actually really knock hard on this wood right now. I've never soiled my pants as an adult. Shocking. I know. Have there been close calls? Absolutely. But you learn to do the breathing, at least that's what I do, in and out. And then it's kind of weird. Like your body knows you're like almost home. So it's like almost like coming down. Yeah, because your bowels are all the way up here in your face now. But it feels like that high because it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then, it's a relief afterwards. But leading up until that point, it's a little scary. You don't want to be messing around. So yes, I have not done that. And now that I've figured out even much more about my GI tracts, I think I'm in good shape. But curious if you ever done that where you just, something was happening, maybe you were sick, who knows, and you just couldn't hold it in. All right, well, you can tell me about it, but thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Do want to hear from you. So just check me out. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and we'll see you next week. All right, bye. Okay, friends, be sure to listen on your preferred platform. Go to my Instagram or Facebook at the Big Dane Podcast and tap on the link tree within my account to find your favorite way to listen. If you truly enjoyed it, stay on the link tree and tap on leave a review. And you'll notice this link tree has other exciting areas to check out, like the coffee memberships that I spoke about with all exclusive content. A merch section is there because yes, I have merch waiting for you. And of course, feel free to contact me with any feedback or other topics of interest, which you'll see is the last section of the Linktree platform. All right, see you next week.